Alrighty. Man, a little bit different setup. Uh, no bed. I'm currently moving. I move out tomorrow. Super excited. Uh, and you know what's funny? I was in the middle, like while I was moving all my stuff into the van that I was given. I was I was thinking to myself like how blessed I am. How blessed I am to have a mother who supports me so well, having uh, bosses that actually like me and are supportive of me and look out for me and take care of me. Like I'm so blessed, yo. I'm so blessed. I'm saving so much money in this move, and this is like it's not even stressful for me. Like none of this is stressful. And like while I was moving everything, and like my mom was telling me about all the things she had gotten for me and from my apartment, I was sitting here thinking to myself like, man, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. And I remember there was a time where I used to be so ashamed for the blessings that I had, right? Because most of the time when you feel blessed and you talk about your blessings, most people are like, oh, you're being over boastful, or you're being prideful, or you're like people will make fun of your blessings. Like I remember I was in high school, and I remember there was this guy and this girl, and they were going back and forth. I remember I jumped in the conversation at like the perfect time, and she lived in a neighborhood full of mansions. Like it's literally like the rich kid neighborhood, full of mansions. And then this kid, I mean, he lives in a good neighborhood, right? And I remember he was like mocking her and saying like something about her house and how big it was. And I was like, bro, you don't understand, like you don't have to be rich to have a mansion. You do understand that? And he was like, yes you do, blah 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 blah. And he's like going all in on this girl. And she actually looked at me and she was like, exactly, like you understand, like how do you understand? And it was interesting because I've never lived in a mansion. I've seen mansions, but I've never been in one, right? And I just at that point I really thought to myself like, wow, this guy is really mocking this girl just because she lives in a nice house, something she can't control, and now she feels ashamed for it, something that her parents have worked hard for her to be ashamed. Like, dude, don't be ashamed of your blessings. Don't be ashamed of when good things start going for you, right? And don't brag about them. Don't be prideful about them. Be more so boastful about God and how He was able to give you these blessings in the first place. And I'm so blessed, man. I'm so blessed. And some people, some people will still find a way to mock your own blessings. It's crazy. It's crazy how some people will actually sit there, and even though they say like the blessings you're in, that you've been given, have been given to you by God, and you can say how God has given you all these blessings, and people will still mock you. It's interesting. It's very, very interesting. And I think it's just the way I grew up. Like, it was cool to talk about how, like, broke you were and, like, how, how hard it was for you. But, like, at the end of the day, like, sure, it's a cool story, but it's not something to boast about. Like, it's something that you can talk about and, be proud in a way for the story that God gave you, but not something you should be like, yeah, man, I used to grow up dirt poor, and we used to do this, that, and the third, and nothing has changed for your life. Like at that point, you're just trapped in it. You're just trapped in it. You're just like, oh, this is you're reminiscing. You're reminiscing. You're not even reflecting. And it's sad. Because you should never be ashamed of the blessings in which God gave you. You should never feel ashamed. As a matter of fact, I felt so unworthy of having a mother who has done so much for me. I felt so unworthy. Like, we're moving stuff in and out of the van, and I'm thinking to myself, like, dude, this would have cost me thousands of dollars to get all of this stuff. And I'm getting it all for free. The van that I was given it, my boss lady gave it to me. I was like, yeah, dude, take it for the day. I'm like, dude, I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. And I couldn't be more thankful. I couldn't be more thankful. And it's so funny because I remember even like 3 years ago, I don't think I'd ever talk about the blessings I've been given. Because I feel weird about it. I'd feel ashamed or didn't want to talk about my blessings all that much. But when you talk about your blessings, it brings certain people hope. And that's what I want to do. I don't want to sit here and be boastful and prideful of sorry, it is so hot in here. About my blessings, saying like, oh, look what I did, look what I've done. Like, none of this is up to me. Like, I didn't do any of this. These were all from God alone. And I can't take all the credit. I can't, because it wasn't me. It wasn't. I can't say I have a mother that will literally die for me and do so much for me to make sure I don't have to worry, and she makes sure I become successful within my life. Like, I can't say like I'm proud of that. I can't, because it's a blessing from God. I'm proud of. I can't even say I'm proud. I'm just thankful. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm thankful that I have like where I work, giving me the opportunity to even be able to move out. You know, be able to make enough money to live on my own. Like, I'm blessed. I'm blessed the people I've met, the people I have in my life. I'm blessed for the opportunities that have been given to me. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be in a generation where I can come on here and talk about my life and use this as a documentary for those who one day who have never met me before 5 years from now and are looking back at this video and like, holy smokes, this was just another guy. This was just another guy. And he was blessed. Like, I'm so blessed. I'm blessed to have a phone that can literally call, text, FaceTime, download apps, use a calculator. Like, people in the 90s thought a phone with a calculator was ridiculous. You couldn't have a calculator on test. Like, that was not a thing. And now we use calculators every single day, right? And it's on our phone, just a tap away. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have a house, a roof over my head. I'm blessed that I'm moving into an apartment that I feel confident in. And I'm excited. I truly am excited for what is planned for me. So don't be ashamed of your blessing. And don't be afraid to be like, okay, I'll give another prime example. I am an only child. I'm an only child. And a lot of times when people perceive an only child, people want to perceive them as spoiled and brats. And I will say, I am spoiled. I truly believe that. Like, I am spoiled by my family. I was the first boy born in the family, right? On both sides. And with not having any siblings, you know, you get all the attention, you get all the things. And I remember I was talking to a customer. It was funny. He was like, I think we were talking about children or something like that. And I think I was telling him how I wanted, like, a few kids, and I think I told him something like along the lines of me saying like I was the only child, and he looked at me and he goes, "You're an only child?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Dude, I would have never perceived you as an only child. Like the notion or the characterization, the personality. You don't give off the personality of an only child. Most only childs are very greedy, very snobby. Like you're very humble. You're very humble. And me personally, like I will never slap a label on myself. I always let people label me for what they think I am, and regardless of whether the label is, I don't even consider it. That's just me. But where I'm getting at with this is I understand that I am blessed. I understand who I am. And I finally understand that being the person I am and being so blessed, I shouldn't be ashamed of it. Like I know I'm spoiled. I'm so blessed. I know I am spoiled. And some people will get so upset by that. Like, oh, you're spoiled. Of course you're spoiled. You're an only child. Oh, that must be nice. It is. It's very nice. But I won't say it's easy. I won't say it's a different perspective on life for sure. It's a different perspective. And I will never sit here and say things were always easy. And I'll definitely say things weren't always hard. Don't get me wrong, I went through my own struggle growing up as a kid. But the notion of me being blessed doesn't mean I can't be humble about it. Right? And when you say you're blessed, you should glorify God, regardless of what it is. I'm blessed. And when I say I'm blessed, whenever I say I'm blessed, I'm not even talking about like the things I've been given. I'm talking about the things I haven't been given. Like I'm I'm so blessed. I don't have a girlfriend. Like, bro, if I had a girlfriend, I don't think I'd be moving into an apartment. I'm so blessed that I don't have a big group of friends. I'm blessed to not have that. I'm blessed to not have millions upon millions of dollars. Because I know if I were to get it beforehand, I would have never known how to grow it. I would have never known how to yield it, I guess you would say. I guess that's a good word to put it. I would never know how to yield it. I'm blessed. I'm blessed by not getting the success that I wanted right away. Because who knows? Who knows what happened to me? I probably wouldn't be the person I am talking right now. I'm blessed. And I'm not afraid to tell anybody about it. I am blessed. And I'm blessed because of the things that God has given me and the things God hasn't given me. So, whenever someone mocks you, hates on you, lashes out on you for the things that have been given to you, don't defend it. Don't try to defend it. Like, people will come at you and be like, "Oh, you're so spoiled." You're right. You're absolutely right. "Oh, bro, how do you have all this nice stuff? Like, oh my gosh, like blah 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 blah." And they will just come at you for things that God has given you. But more than likely, it's two things. It's one, they're really envious of you. They wish they had it. Or, and this is the sad thing, they really just hate. They're haters of life. They have no love of what has been given to them in this world. And sometimes that can be hard. I'm not saying it's not easy. Like, it's hard to love the world the way it is sometimes. It is. I can go to my story later, but I don't really want to go into deep in my story just yet. But it's hard to love the world the way it is sometimes. But I think if you find a way to count your blessings and to learn to love the world in the hard times, I can only tell you what it's like, and I haven't even been there yet. What it's the good times. I think right now I'm just in the building times. I wouldn't say the times good or bad, but I think it's just building, and that's where I'm at. But the reason why I think I can also count my blessings is because of the things I was grateful and thankful for as a child. Like, I'm blessed, and I'm gonna say these last and final things, and then I'm gonna cut it. I'm blessed that by the time I was 10 years old, I was able to be fully independent. I'm blessed that when I woke up in the mornings, nobody was there to greet me good morning. I'm blessed that I would sleep over at my mom's friends' houses for weeks at a time without seeing my mother, and sleeping on the floor at my mom's friends' houses. And my mom's friends becoming my aunts. My gosh, bro. I'm blessed that my father wasn't completely in my life. He was just in and out of my life. He did his best. And I still am working on building a relationship with my father. I'm blessed. I'm blessed that there were certain points in my life growing up when I was thinking about asking my mom for either like McDonald's or us to go out to eat. The first thing I would ask her is, do you have the money for it? Like, I'm blessed to be in those positions. I'm blessed that there were certain times where my mom looked at me in the face and said, hey, money's going to be tight this month and we may not have a house next month. Right? I'm blessed. I'm blessed. So don't be afraid of your blessings, because the blessings are not just from the good, but what you also perceive as bad. Because sometimes the bad things that happen to you are really the great blessings that God gave you. So don't be afraid to talk about your blessings. And if you do, be sure to praise God, because I will promise you now, if you become prideful and greedy and almost conceited about your own blessings, what has been given to you, you will then push away so many people that could have offered you more blessings in your life. So be grateful and praise God for your blessings.